British Rail's western regions say there was a 100% stoppage throughout their area. Those passengers who turned up for trains were stranded as rolling stock lay idle. The combination of branch lines and intercity services makes Exeter's St Davids station the busiest in the southwest. Normally up to 300 trains a day pass through here. That's 8,000 passengers or more using the station. Today it's at a complete standstill. The strike has had a knock-on effect on many businesses. The post office laid on extra vans and planes to minimise the backlog of letters, but there have inevitably been delays.
We are still expecting about a third of the mail that we would normally have had at this time. We have not yet received it. So clearly there has got to be some delay, particularly from the more distant places.
How are you going to cope with the backlog when that comes in?
Well, we shall have to put on extra overtime, obviously, from tomorrow onwards, because there will be a considerable backlog. We shall be losing at least 2 nights of the mail train, both last night and tonight again.
Other businesses were hit even harder, forced to a standstill as customs simply dried up.
Absolutely terrible, terrible. We're really suffering, you know. The thing is that I don't think the railway realised that when you think we have to pay to park down here, and this is our business, you know, going to rack and ruin.
Devon County Council had to come to the rescue of school children due to sit exams in Exeter today. They arranged for them to be bussed in from surrounding towns. And Devon General say business was especially brisk on commuter routes into and out of Exeter from Exmouth, Teignmouth and Tor Bay, with extra buses being laid on.
We are doing everything we can to make sure that all the passengers who turn up for the bus are taken to their destinations and that no one is left behind, whether they're normally travel by rail or whether they're a regular bus traveller. Obviously we can't discriminate between the two, but we're doing, our staff, our drivers and our inspectors and our controllers are doing their best to make sure that no one's left behind, and we've been very successful so far today.
But long-distance travellers clearly decided to put back their plans. National Express say no more passengers than usual travelled with them today. Many heading for London were put off by the thought of no buses or tube trains once they arrived there. Those who did turn up at the region's main stations were faced with the bizarre sight of platforms full of trains, all going nowhere, but they're ready for work once the strike ends at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Part of the reason we've got so many trains in the station now is that was part of the deliberate plan, so that we shut down in a position to start up very quickly in the morning. So we are expecting to get the services underway very quickly in the morning.
But there will be rearrangements to some early intercity services. British Rail are advising passengers to confirm train times by phone. But it wasn't all gloom for train buffs today. The Dart Valley could boast some of the only trains running in the country as their steam engines carried on as normal, a throwback to the days when national rail strikes were unheard of.